Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well today. So today's video is going to be a thrift flip video, and I'm going to be doing a couple of sweater makeovers. So I had two sweaters that were in my wardrobe that I got at Goodwill, I think last year, and I really enjoyed wearing them last fall season, but I thought it would be fun to change them up a little bit for this year. So I decided to add some really cute details using lace and embroidery. So that's what I'll be sharing in this video, and I hope it will give you a little bit of inspiration to make over either some thrifted or old sweaters in your wardrobe and make them into something new. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. For the first sweater, I was really inspired by this sweater with lace detailing on the neckline that I saw on the Cezanne website last fall. So I have this thrifted sweater with a high neckline, and I also have some crocheted lace from my sewing stash. So the first thing I want to do is cut a piece of lace that will fit over my head when made into a loop. You want to make sure this is big enough to fit over your head, otherwise you might have some issues of getting the sweater to still fit once you attach the lace. So first things first, I just want to turn my sewing machine to a zigzag stitch and sew the two short ends of the lace together to create a loop using that zigzag stitch. So here's what the lace looks like now that it has been sewn into a loop, but because the lace is bigger than the neckline, the loop of lace, I want to mark my halfway points on the lace so that I can make sure to pin it on with an even distribution. So I am marking the halfway points, and then I'm also folding it in half one more time to divide it into quarters, and just marking all of that with pins. Once I have those points marked, I'm going to go ahead and pin the lace to the inside of the neckline. So I want my lace to look like it's sticking out from the neckline instead of sitting on the top of it. So I'm pinning it to the inside, and I'm going to start here by just pinning at the 4 different points that I marked. So I am pinning the back center to the center back of the sweater, and then the same thing for the front and then the sides. As I sew this, I'll stretch the sweater to fit to the lace, and that will create the ruffle effect when the sweater is not stretched out. So here I'm using a very small zigzag stitch, and my thread is the same color as the sweater, and I'm just going to sew all the way around this neckline, stretching the sweater to fit to the lace, and that is all there is to this. Now, since I've been kind of tugging on the sweater, it's a little bit stretched out at this point, so I took it over to my iron, and just using steam from the iron, that really helped to make the sweater go back to its original shape so that everything looked really nice. And here is how the finished sweater looks. I'm really happy with this. I love that it's just a fun little extra detail. It's a little bit Shakespearean, but I think it's really, really cute, and I'm looking forward to wearing this with the new updated look. So the next sweater that I'm tackling is this really simple cream colored merino wool sweater, and I've actually realized that I have a lot of cream colored sweaters in my wardrobe, so I thought it would be fun to spice this one up with embroidery. So to start out, I just traced out a little pattern that I just kind of did freehand on the sweater using a pencil. I found this to be the easiest way to get an idea of what I wanted it to look like, and also to follow the markings later on, so I would recommend just drawing it on. I think it would be a little bit difficult to trace something onto a sweater. And then I just filled everything in with some embroidery stitches. I do have a video that goes over some basic embroidery stitches if you guys are curious to check that out. But just a couple of tips for embroidering on the sweater material. I did put my sweater into a hoop, and I just kept it from being super tight so that it wouldn't stretch it out of shape. And then as I was stitching, I made sure to not pull my stitches too tightly and making sure that the thread was really visible and not pulling on the surface of the fabric. And I found it not too difficult to embroider on as well. This is a really fine knit, so I think that would be easier than a more chunky knit. But I think it's a really fun way to just add some interest to your plain, more basic sweaters. This first flower that I'm doing here, I'm just doing with these large satin stitches, and then I filled in the center with French knots. I used the same large stitches to create the leaves, and then I also decided to add a little backstitched like berry vine type of thing, so I'll do that as well here, you'll see. And I used some French knots to create the berry style stitches. And then I just followed the same technique for the smaller flowers that I'm doing here, just using the same style of stitching. And I think that it would be really cute to repeat this in more variations throughout the sweater all around the neckline. I might do that in the future, but for this video, I decided just to add a little patch of embroidery. But let me know what you guys think. Should I add more embroidery to the sweater or keep it simple? And here's how the final sweater looks. I love just the little detail of a floral element on the sweater, and I definitely want to try this on a few different sweater styles as well.
Yesterday somehow time has stopped, nothing's changed, we're the same, and we skip the...
Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had so much fun making these sweaters, and I really like the lace detail, especially on the embroidered sweater. I think I might go back and re-embroider all the way around the neckline. I like with just the one accent there, but I think it could be really pretty with the whole neckline embroidered if I can get myself to have the patience to sit down and do that. So let me know what you guys think. Should I leave it with just the one patch of embroidery or add it all the way around the neckline? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, but thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out on my channel here today. If you are new around here and you would like to subscribe, I would love to have you back for future videos. So you can subscribe by clicking the red button down below. And if you do end up making either of these two ideas, be sure to tag me in your Instagram posts. I will have my username here in case you would like to check me out over there. I would love to see what you make, but thank you guys again so much for watching today, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!